I just bought one of these. I haven't even told anyone about yet. We're at a dangerous place for me. They have 18,000 square feet of parts, and they are the purveyors of Volkswagen junk. I shouldn't have come here.
Hopefully, the van still has some room in it for our personal stuff because it could be filled with VW parts.
Started day 2 and we're finishing up day 1 thing, so we're off to a brilliant kickoff for this trip. We're headed to a place called MF Autos, and it's a guy who's just like me, who's getting smart and selling his hoard. It's just like another Volkswagen hoarder. We might buy some of it. I don't know.
Might buy some of it.
I don't really have a lot of, well, that's not true. I have a need for it. My brain's not in that mode. Like, I'm driving the van, so like I'm kind of in like van mode.
Is that what you're calling it now?
He says he has 18,000 square feet of Volkswagen Audi parts that he's been saving for the past 25 years. And it makes me realize that, like, this can only get worse. So, here we go.
Then the destination is on your left.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, why do I do this to myself? Oh, and he has it. Well, I just bought one of these. Which I haven't even told anyone about yet. Good morning from beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee. This is day 2 of the Van Man Chronicles, where me and this guy, Will, drive this absolutely amazing U-joint 4x4 swapped Econoline from North Carolina back to our home in Los Angeles. And we stop at a bunch of places along the way. If you caught episode 1, we got not very far, but we had a lot of fun. Went to Tail of Dragon, stumbled on a hill climb. Apparently there's a hill climb today. We had no idea. Guess I'm going for a ride. We're at a dangerous place for me because we're at a place right now called MF Auto, and they are the purveyors of Volkswagen junk. They have 18,000 square feet of parts. These guys make my Volkswagen hoarding look like a side hobby. I have a van that's pretty much empty from like here back and has a roof rack, so we could go like up to about there with stuff, and it also has a hitch, so we could probably go all the way to there.
None of this makes any sense.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try to be good. I'm in van mode right now, so I'm trying not to buy a bunch of Volkswagen parts or entire project cars, but like just get a little bit of a look of what we got here. All right, let's go find Matt and make some bad decisions. Welcome back. Yeah, you know what it is. It's the list of things I should have bought if I was smarter on eBay Motors before venturing out on this somewhat wonderful drive home in my church van. And this one today, it's a luxury item. One of the problems about driving cross country is you got a lot of things to hold near you, whether it's your phone, your oversized cup from Sonic. There's just a lot of things you got to store, and they got to be within reach. Through the years, Ford made various different cup holders that sit on the doghouse, and the one I have is probably not the best. And the one that came in the later ones, it's a direct clip-in, and it's something that I had wanted to get before this trip. I forgot, and I've ordered it now for the next trip. Ford, Econoline, cup holder, center console. Voila, there they are, in gray and black, just like I need to match the inside of my van. Boom, picked one of those up. Would have been nice to have, instead of having the mess depicted here that we had to deal with. Instead, there would have been slots for appropriate size cups. Because if you're not drinking out of 44 ounce or better, don't drive a lifted van, I'm just saying. Also, where are you gonna put your phone and your AirPods and your wires and any other weird stuff and other things that men need to eat while traveling on the road together?
All right, so road trip status update. Yesterday we made it a total of, I think, 3 hours of driving, so we've made it out of the state of North Carolina and into Tennessee. We definitely didn't make it as far as we were supposed to. We were supposed to make it another 5 hours, I believe, driving yesterday. So that puts us a little bit behind schedule, and today we're starting off with something that's definitely going to put us behind schedule, which is Scotto dorking out on some Volkswagen and Audi parts here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So hopefully the van still has some room in it for our personal stuff because it could be filled with VW parts. I'll let you know.
So we're here now with Matt, who honestly I realize is future me because all he has is Volkswagens and Ford trucks. This feels really, really eerie. Matt, tell us a little about yourself.
Volkswagen, Audi, overkill kind of guy, I guess. Just everything Volkswagen, Audi. It's water-cooled stuff. We don't deal in any air-cooled stuff. And I've been doing it for 25 years and been hoarding this stuff for way too long. And
Hit us with
growing.
some stats. How many cars you think you've scrapped, how many cars you parted out, and how many square footage of parts you have?
It's hard to say, but it's somewhere 350 to 500 parts cars, most of which were probably Mark 1s, 2s, and 3s, plus a couple hundred of some late model stuff. These cars came into our hands, we tried to keep them all, and I did, and I justified it by starting a parts business one day, but over the years it just kept getting packed in, and about 20,000 square feet of parts that have come off. It just all got to go and make it available to everybody else to get rid of this stuff.
So I'm here, maybe I'll take a little bit of his hoard. Not too much because my wife watches this show.
That's not true!
I already taken a little gander on what's going on in the scrapyard, but like the good hoard's all the stuff inside.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
All right, let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh boy, it just happened so quickly. Oh man.
It was our old service reception area, and we moved out, and so here we go.
What? Oh man.
Dry sump set up for like 8,500 RPMs.
Oh yeah, I just realized that.
Yeah.
Dry sump setup.
Yeah, so it's an 8,500 RPM 8 valve. Made 165 out of 1.6.
That's wild.
Yeah.
By the way,
And
I have a 1.5 that makes 50 on a good day
Yeah.
at sea level.
That motor was built by Schrick. It came in a Schrick crate, all addressed from Schrick.
Was this one for sale too?
No.
You just teasing us putting the stuff that's he says he's not going to be the guy with parts under a rusty roof, and he just rusty roofed us.
It's just a show, man. Most of it's got to go, but I'm not done. I'm not going anywhere. I was buying a bunch of stuff out of Europe from a guy, and he just had these. He had new old stock Mark III
Lower
glove box.
I think the Euro one, 'cause that's what I had on my car, I think
Okay.
was here.
Yeah. No
This is
kidding.
the weird Volkswagen stuff. Like,
Yeah.
where's the pull handle for the lower glove box? In the US, the original Mark IIIs didn't come with this. And then they went to airbag, and there was a period where they just had no glove box.
Yeah, and then there was the upper lower
Yeah,
deal.
and
There's
then
an
you
upper
had
one where the
upper
airbag
lower,
used to
yeah.
be. And
I have so many. You got 944 handles in it?
that's an Okrasa wheel. That thing's super cool.
I just admitted to him last night that I have a steering wheel problem. I haven't even told the folks at home. Like, I have like 30 steering wheels, not mounted to the 21 cars I own.
Yeah.
Like, just other steering wheels. All right, this is on the maybe list.
That's a super cool wheel.
The 5 people who show up.
Yeah, that's cool.
We could be here all day.
Old Volkswagen Bug
Yo,
videos.
VHS.
Man. Oh yeah, man.
You got volume 2, 3, 5. But how do I start this?
well,
Transmission
you
replacement.
have to-
Yo, I haven't seen this name. Seidel. Remember they made that crazy Mark III kit?
Yeah, I've got a car out here trying to sell it on it, and an extra kit that's never been mounted.
We just started. This is the lobby for the 18,000 square feet we're gonna.
These are new old stock Heron pistons. So. Which, everybody's like totally going back to putting cars back the way they
Just
were.
like seeing them still wrapped. Enjoy that.
But I have no intentions of building a Heron motor, and there are other people that are doing it.
Wow, that's cool. I shouldn't have come here.
Need some bumpers for your Rabbit?
Let me ask you, what were the Mark I Jetta Euros? A lot of guys just run the Rabbit Euros.
Oh, I've got some back here. Yeah.
Is that the Jeff Swart shot?
I thought his was
know-
the Porsche
his was-
jump shot.
No, but I think he also did the Volkswagen one, but I think it was the head-on
Drive a Volkswagen GTI more than anything else.
Mark I one that said rabbits can fly or something like that.
yeah. That's all like early Mark I maintenance parts. So like swallowtail stuff, like tons of like 1.5, 1.6 rings, piston rings, bearings.
So I daily drive a 1.5 Swallow, and I've been keeping it alive on like finding rare parts
Yeah.
through like eBay and stuff.
I've got tons of that stuff. So this is all very early maintenance parts, new old stock stuff. Basically, all that is.
So the one thing I really needed was a set of Jetta bumpers. Oh, yeah, that's because I might have bought a Mark 1 Jetta coupe. Haven't filled everyone in on that. One of my good buddies had one when I first got into Volkswagens, and it became like the vehicle that we would go to buy other cars with, and I always got to drive that one home, so I have this little love affair for it. And he's like, oh yeah, I got these, but I have to buy the whole parts car. Now when I say parts, I have to buy an almost finished rolling show car to get those bumpers.
Just needs a motor put in it. It'd be a cool looking car. In the end, you'd look good in it.
This guy. I see the rust on the roof, bro. By the way, that was just the foreplay. This is like, this is it.
So, you know, if you're like me, you've probably spent countless hours thinking about what engine you're going to swap into a vehicle. But you know what you may have neglected to think about? What brake pads you're going to swap into it so you can actually stop. That's where our boys at Hawk come in. Our friends at Hawk Performance, they make a ton of different pads for a lot of different applications. Today, we're talking about trucks. These LTS pads are great for a number of different reasons. One, they're very low dust, so they're not gonna make your wheels look gross. You get way better stopping power without having to spend a bunch of money on a big brake kit. But if you also already have a big brake kit, like myself, they make pads for it. So you wanna figure out which pad's gonna stop your truck the fastest or which is gonna be the best for your application, you can just go over to hawkperformance.com, or if you're lazy, you can just click the link in the description below. Real simple, but think about it. You gotta stop sometime.
This right here is the epitome of early 2000s Mark III tuning. First off, shaved the hatch. As you can see, it didn't work out that well. Which recess is this? This is like a Mark IV recess or something?
Almost looks like an Audi.
Yeah, it looks like they used the Audi door handle. The crazy thing is this car started life as a Ginster yellow. It's got a Bozer on it too.
Oh yeah.
Will, I need to explain to you. So this is called a Bozer Bleak. Basically translates to
evil eye.
What they did was they extended the hood to go over the headlight and the grille to make it look more angry.
Angry grill.
I wish Ron was here right now, because Ron's not a Volkswagen kid, but Vinny and I are, and we always travel together. And when I show Ron things like this, he's like, why would you do all of that work for like this, just extending this 1.5 inches?
Am I wrong for doing that?
There's other like weird little stuff on this car that like, this is a rear Jetta door handle on the front so that like you don't have the lock. Like we did just dumb things with cars.
Oh yeah.
I was one of the first people to run Seat door handles. That door handle kind of worked, but sometimes would leave you locked out. Because you'd pull it and the mechanism would just disengage and you'd be like, great, now I gotta break my window again. Somebody's got to save all this stuff.
Brand new warm-up regulator.
It's been about 2 hours and we've made it through a quarter maybe of this building so far. I don't think we've made it to wheels yet, so wish me luck.
Put that aside, we got one thing so far. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That means I have to.
That's clever.
That is. Some of those wheels separate, like individual wheels for 100. Feel like I've had them a long time. Yeah, one of them. Yeah, there's a flat spot in that one too.
Yeah. We'll come back to that. By the way, notice the amount of window regulators and window motors, because that's the #1 Volkswagen Audi failure. Is definitely your windows don't ever work. But wait, there's more. I wonder if it may be a
got like a nice odor of cat piss over here.
When you say nice, like, I was having a hard time looking inside the car.
Yo, strong.
It's strong.
It smells like humid summer cat piss.
Multiple hours have passed. I just got through the parts stuff, and now we're out here. We also need to get on the road, so be kind of quick about it. But I need to go look at this Mark 1 over here, because I can't actually identify this kit.
Oh.
That's a G60. This thing is crazy. First off, it's hideous, but it's like 80s hideous, right? It's got like the foam style top wing, right? Which is cool, but unfortunately they get pretty destroyed. But this is all fiberglass. The body kit starts at the roof line, bulges around the window, and then comes completely out with matching front fenders and this crazy side skirt. And then up front, it's got a Corrado front bumper, which honestly doesn't look like it was original to the kit. And my guess is this was an add-on, because they went to as much trouble as building that rear. I love stuff like this, because I have no idea what this kit is, where it came from. Is it like a one-off? Clearly like a show car back in the day. Whoa. Like this one, just like random stuff in the yard. It's got like a Berg Cup style flare kit on it. All right, we got it. I think I've been really good. I actually have just taken things I need. I feel like this is, it's a wonderful life. I get to come see future me, and I get to see someone else having to sell all the things that they have collected over the years.
I'm at the end of my rope.
So anyway, I think this is the final hoard, or the haul, I should say. This is the final haul. So, and this ended up being the wrong bumper, but this is like pretty mellow. Like, the biggest thing I'm bringing home is for Vinny, so he's gonna have to pay me a tax on that. There's like 2 more things I'm gonna negotiate right now. We'll see.
I think we're supposed to be in Oklahoma City today, and we're still 12 hours away in Tennessee, and we haven't made any progress at all today, and it's like 1. But, I mean, some of this stuff's really sweet. I respect it. I'm just not a Volkswagen nerd.
We won't be aggressive. Almost done. Here's the full haul. So 1, I got this sticker for free. I bought this fake motorcycle cap, which I kind of hated when I was a kid, but I have enough Mark 1s. I kind of like it. I'll throw it in. Mark 1 Jetta panels, actually redundant. They're the same as Rabbit. I might need them for another car I have. The rear parcel tray, which is important because mine's absolutely smoked. A set of 4 BBS wheels from a Porsche, staggered fitment. Set of GTI big bumper 8-valve seats for no other than our own Vinny. We got these for Jason Whipple. This is a O2J shifter. I don't even know what the hell he needs that for. Oh, taillights. Apparently are impossible to find, but Matt might be just telling me that to try to sell them to me at a good price. But he did throw in a stress bar. The thing I didn't know I needed, but we worked out a good deal. So I got this for the farm. So this will be like the first thing I hang in the new farm.
Right on.
So, yeah. This is like the sad version of American Pickers. This is car cane pickers. You know this won't be the last thing you buy. You know we made Hoonigan lunch? If you didn't buy, you missed out. I'm like, why is that not going on? And pull the rest of the sticker.
First time.
Oh, you got 8.7? Oh, that's gonna be close.
Oh. You wanna go, you could go through the window on that.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna be able to hear you over this truck.
I know, I usually have to turn it off. So we're here at Bojangles. We were afraid that this might be the last Bojangles we see as we now start to venture towards Oklahoma. So if you've never had Bojangles, you've never lived. What's your Bojangles go-to?
Dude, I don't even actually know. I think I've only ever had it once.
Yeah, 2 Cajun filet biscuit. We'll do combos on both. 1 with a large sweet tea.
2 with a large.
Actually, both of them with a large sweet tea. And then you know what? Throw in 2 extra Cajun filet biscuits, just the sandwiches.
All right, so 4 Cajun filet biscuits and 2 of those as meals.
Yeah, I forget. Do those come with pickles?
The biscuits are just gonna be biscuit.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
2 combos, 2 sandwiches. Got you. What else for you?
That's it.
Pull around, please.
Thank you. See, I respect a place like this because usually when you order that much food, they're like, all right, cool. You're like come around. He's like, are you done? What else?
Like, no,
what else? Like, I'm gonna support you. Where are we, Will?
We're at buc-ees.
We're at buc-ees. If you've never been on the 40, driven through Texas, you never stopped at a buc-ees, you never lived. This place has all of the beverages, just a beverage warehouse. It also is one of the most wild stops ever. I mean, how many cars do you think are here right now?
Hundreds.
How many pumps do they have?
That one's labeled 228. Maybe they go by individual nozzles or something, but
I mean, we're at pump 32. Could they have that many? Because this is pump 64.
I mean, I lost track at like 10 or 11 poles down there. So like, yeah, you're talking, there has to be like 60 some, 80 pumps.
Well, I figured since we haven't walked through the van, if you watched the previous build, then you know something. But we'll walk through it real quick. This is a 6-liter diesel. It's got a slight tune on it. Makes around 400 horsepower. We've got a joint front bumper, a Warren winch. We have 3 Morimotos per side, 6 lights up front. Kind of allows me to just have way too much light. I mean, I don't need this much. That's not gonna stop me from adding lights all across the front because you don't know if you're really overlanding if you don't have at least 20 lights on the front of your vehicle. So, got a front receiver. Really, I think is meant for like putting a rack up front, but I'm definitely gonna use it to launch a boat, snorkel it out, drop boats that way. I don't actually do any boating, but one day I will. This is basically the big thing that U-joint makes. It switches it to coil. Got the reverse shackle set up here. That holds that all nicely in. And then it's a Dynatrac front axle. It's basically what you find in Super Duty. And you can also see like drag links, everything converted to classic 4-wheel drive system. So, yep. Oh, and look, onboard air and Anderson plug. All the nice things. So I've got some bushwhackers covering our Black Rhino. I want to say these are the Arsenals. Black Rhino Arsenals. These are actually the Toyo Tires Open Country commercial tire. I think it's a little higher grade, but it's also snow rated. U-joint also did the rock guard or rock sliders or steps, whatever you want to call them. The U-joint bumper again. They got the Pelican case on here. Carries another spare Black Rhino. That all swings out. Underneath, see that's the stock axle, but it's running an Ox mechanical diff. So I actually have the ability of just locking the diff, which is pretty rad. And we're also running Alcan springs throughout, which has been a fantastic ride. Some other stuff that was already done to the van that like we haven't talked about has really made the trip a pleasure is Shieldman seats on the inside. We have this Stinger head unit, which honestly is like so overlooked as one of the best parts of the van because it has CarPlay and a nice big size screen. I also have a Ford Transit seat in the back. So this is like the more modern bench seat. And really have this one in here because it's good for the car seat and stuff. But pushed it further back. The original mounting points were here, which like put people's knees right here, so you got a decent amount of room. And then up top, this is actually 2 front runner racks. The van was so big that we installed 2 separate racks. I don't actually know when I'll need 2 racks.
That's what she said.
Maybe put a rooftop tent up there. But I gotta admit, like at first I just wanted racks on the van so people just stopped thinking I was like there to do, like pick up like a church group. That immediately was like, oh look, he might be going camping. So you gotta have a roof rack on a camp vehicle. So, but yeah, that's the quick walkthrough if you hadn't gotten the catch up. And so I'm gonna eventually do a build out and all that, but that's the super quick walk around. All right, so Will just took the wheel. We're kind of thrashing to get to a little meetup we told people we would do in Oklahoma City. We fell a little behind because we spent a lot of time at MF Auto. We're gonna try to explore a little back road for a little bit before the sun goes down. And then, yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna be the next day. That's how this works. Yo, these people have like a lap pond in their yard. Yo, that's fire. I hope they have jet boats.
I believe I can fly.
You gotta give area.
you been?
All right, it's approaching midnight, and we're still trying to make some distance. Will just took it through one of the most violent lightning storms I've ever seen. Right? Have you ever seen that much lightning?
A lot of lightning.
Anyway, by the next time you see us, it'll probably be morning. So, time to wrap up for the night. We found the most beautiful spot here in Arkansas, which is a good thing because we might be here all day.
Clear of all cables on this side.
It looks a lot different. Like if you're on the road and you do a roadside repair, that automotive anxiety is like all-time high.